Good morning, fellow January travelers. My word for this year is simplify, and that's not always the easiest proposition when it comes to eating healthy. Most of us don't do it because it's convenient, we do it because it's important. But that being said, I really want to have more white space in my life, and I spend a lot of time shopping, chopping, preparing foods, and I thought there has got to be some ways that I could make this a little simpler. So I'd like to share with you just some of the things that in this first week I've worked out. First thing is I found out that I could order groceries online at Sam's Club and pay for them even, and my husband could pick them up in a time period that was convenient for him. And he was willing to do that. In fact, he's willing to really be involved in the shopping, but sometimes that isn't the easiest proposition because they go into a store and they don't get the exact item, or they're calling you every 5 minutes, and that doesn't feel, it doesn't feel like simplifying. So anyway, with Sam's, I am able to get my fruits, veggies, frozen fruit, nuts, almond milk, the things that we use a lot of. I can get them from there. So that was one thing. I thought, that's great. Don't have to go to Sam's anymore. And then I had thought about looking at a meal service. How much would that cost? And in checking, it's really, really pretty pricey. So anything that I come up with, I always like it to be something that other people could do if they wanted. And the things that I'm committed to already at home that I figured I could just build from there, once a week I make a salad that's going to last us all week. Just leave out the wet ingredients and chop things in a way so that it's not super wet and it stays pretty dry all week. And then I make a pot of rice in my rice cooker. And this time of year when it's cold, I like to make a pot of some sort of soup. And it takes me an hour and 15 minutes in the kitchen on a Saturday morning, and get my kitchen dirty once, and then everything is quick during the week. But that kind of leaves out the entree part, and we get by, veggie burgers, spaghetti, things that are super easy, but gets a little boring. So I thought about, okay, Whole Foods has this whole hot bar section, and for me as a vegan, they have quite a few options. And so I thought, what about if I went there and just got the topping, and then I could bring it home and put it over rice or something like that. And so I did that experiment this week, and I found a sweet potato and green lentil dal. I found fire roasted eggplant. Gosh, I can't think right off the top of my head, but I got about 3 or 4 items for us to make meals out of, and I just kind of estimated from scooping out into the container how much we'd use. And it turned out that for about $8, I could get a topping that would feed both Kenny and me. And when you think about that, if you were going to hire anybody to help you with grocery shopping, or to prepare foods, or heaven forbid have meals delivered, having something available for $4 a meal is like crazy. So something that I've always thought of as being kind of expensive, going and eating at Whole Foods, turns out that that could be pretty economical. The last thing that I'm working on to simplify my life, and I've just finished it, was a complete shopping list, because the reality is there are certain things I can only get at Trader Joe's, some things that I have to get at Whole Foods. So there is a little bit of that running around component. But if I'm organized about it and I have it on a list, and my husband's going to help me with doing that inventory to see what we need and determine which store should we go to this week and which one can wait till next week or next month or next quarter, that we could simplify that way. So I'm going to share my grocery list that I came up with. It's a Word document, and if there are things on there you don't use, get rid of them. If there are things you want to add, it might be a starting place for you. So I don't know if you're on the simplified journey, but if you are, I hope this has been helpful. Take care and have a great day.